Frosty stocking. This is also an 8-stitch repeat and a 4-round repeat. I'll be starting by doing a round 1 setup, then working rounds 2, 3, and 4, and then I will work round 1 as a repeat one more time. So to get started with this beautiful stitch, we will do a split single crochet for 1. So a split single crochet in the first, and then we are going to take our stitch marker and mark that first stitch of the round since we are working continuously. Then we will chain 2 and split single crochet into the next stitch. Then we will split single crochet into the next, skip 1, split single crochet 1, skip 1, and split single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And then we will chain 2. That is the first 8 stitches in this round. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. We will start by doing a split single crochet for 1, then chaining 2, and then we will split single crochet into the next. Split single crochet into the next, skip 1, skip 1, split single crochet into the next, skip 1, and then we will split single crochet into the next 2 stitches and then chain 2. And that is our repeat around for the round 1 setup. For round 2 of the Frosty Holiday Stocking, we will remove our stitch marker, and then we are going to split single crochet into the very first stitch and place our stitch marker so we know where the beginning of our round is. Then we are going to single crochet into the chain space, chain 2, split single crochet into the next stitch, and then we are going to skip 1 and split single crochet and do that twice. So skip 1, split single crochet, skip 1, split single crochet. Then we will chain 2 and split single crochet into that chain space. And that's the first 8-stitch repeat for this round. Let's do it one more time. We will split single crochet into the next, split single crochet into that chain space and chain 2, split single crochet into the next stitch, skip 1 and split single crochet twice. Split single crochet into that, or chain 2, and then split single crochet into that chain space. And that's the repeat for round 2, and then we'll go ahead and finish that around and come back for round 3. Now for round 3, we will move our stitch marker, do a split single crochet into the very first stitch, place that stitch marker back into that first stitch of the round, and then we are going to be doing a split single crochet into the next stitch, work a split single crochet into that chain space, chain 2, skip the next stitch and split single crochet into the next, skip the next stitch, chain 2, and single crochet into the chain space from the round below, and then split single crochet into the next stitch. And that's the repeat for round 3. We're going to go ahead and do that one more time. So we will split single crochet 1, split single crochet into the next, and then split single crochet into that chain space, chain 2, skip 1, split single crochet, skip 1, chain 2, and split single crochet into that chain 2 space, and then split single crochet into the next stitch. And that's the 8-stitch repeat for round 3. Now for round 4. For round 4, we will be doing split single crochets into each stitch around. We will be counting the chain 2 space as one stitch. So you'll simply be doing a split single crochet into each chain 2 space. So I will just do one single crochet here and then a split single crochet into the next. And we'll be working the same amount of stitches. We're not changing our stitch count. We're just doing split single crochets into each stitch around. And like I said, when you get to the chain 2 spaces, simply place one stitch in that chain 2 space. Now we're going back to round 1 again, and this is the round 1 after the repeats. We will start by doing a split single crochet into the first and marking it as the first stitch in the round. Then we will chain 2 and split single crochet into the next stitch. Then split single crochet into the next stitch, skip 1, split single crochet into the next, skip the next, split single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, and chain 2. So it's really the same as when we did it the first time, because of all the stitches we did the round below where we're simply just single crocheting into each one. So we will repeat rounds 1 through 4 until we have a total of 22 rounds, and then we'll go ahead and work the heel. Now, when it comes to the Frosty holiday crochet stocking, we are going to work those repeat rounds, those rounds 1 through 4 of our established stitch repeat through rounds 20, and then we're going to do rounds 20 and 21 as rounds 1 and 2. So I'm actually starting this heel portion on round 3 of my established round repeat, which for this pattern will be round 23 is where we're going to add a split for the heel. And it's really easy to do this. We're essentially just leaving a space to come back and work the heel later. Sometimes people call this an forethought heel or an afterthought heel. I'm going to go ahead and move my stitch marker. And the first thing we're going to do for this round is to chain 24 stitches. So now you're going to skip the next 24 stitches, and remember that your chain space only counts as one stitch, and then we'll start the split single crochet stitch for this stitch repeat. I'm going to go ahead and do this first one, pause there and go back just so you know the first stitch in your round is the very first chain. If you did want to go ahead and mark that, always a great idea. So for the remaining stitches of this round, we are simply going to be working them in the established round repeat pattern that we've been doing. So we're starting off at the beginning of our repeat, which is great, and we're just going to work the remaining stitches of this pattern in that round 3 established repeat. Now for round 24, which this is a repeat of round 4 when it comes to our established round repeat. And for this, we are simply going to be doing a single crochet into each of the heel stitches across here. So I'm going to go ahead and place my stitch marker back into this first one. And for these first 24 stitches, we're just working a single crochet into this. But remember to work this similar to a split single crochet where we are pulling up that loop because we'll want to be able to work into it as some split single crochet stitches on the next round. And then once we get to the rest of our pattern in this round, remember that the chain 2 spaces counts as 1. So we'll just simply do a split single crochet 1 into the chain spaces and work each stitch as a split single crochet until the end of the round. So this is simply just a repeat of round 4, but working the single crochet stitches across the heel. Now, after doing round 24, we have this space for the heel and the same stitch count. And we're going to go back to working rounds, the repeat rounds 1 through 4 of our established round repeat, and working the leg height of this stocking. And then after that, we'll do the cuff. But as you can see, we haven't changed any stitch counts. We've got beautiful work going on here. We're just leaving the space to come back later for the heel, and we're working on that leg. For the Frosty holiday stocking, what I have done for the leg is rounds 25 through 52. I've repeated rounds 1 through 4. So once I get to 52 total rounds for this stitch pattern, I'm ready to go ahead and do the cuff.